Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, on the channel, we like to dive into the story of Call of Duty, and we've done many things so far with Modern Warfare 2, including unmasking Ghost, who is the mystery character at the end of the game, ending explained, things along those lines. However, one thing that we have not done that I have done for a very long time into the channel is go through and break down individual characters' full stories. I've done this with Captain Price, Frank Woods, but we have not yet started this since the release of Modern Warfare 2. And if this is something that you enjoy, let me know down in the comments what characters you would like to see me cover in the future moving forward, and hit that like button. Let's aim for 10,000 likes. If we get 10,000 likes, we'll continue this series on the channel. Now, today we're diving into a character that I have never talked about on the channel before, but is incredibly influential within the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. Not to mention, she was also in Modern Warfare 2019. The character I'm referring to is, of course, Kate Laswell. So in this video, we are going to go over where Kate Laswell came from, how she met Captain Price, their whole relationship, and where her character is going moving forward. By the way, before we dive into that, I just wanted to say, if you want to check out some merch that I have, it'll be linked down in the description. You can go check out the website, inkslasherapparel.com. But aside from that, without further ado, let's dive in to the full story of Kate Laswell. Kate Laswell was born in Annapolis, Maryland, and obviously because of this is American. Now, we know eventually she joins the CIA, but what you may not know is Kate Laswell has her master's degree in strategic intelligence analysis and studied Near East linguistics at the American University of Beirut. She graduated summa cum laude from Cornell University with a BA in international affairs, making her perfect for her job in the CIA. She started out at the CIA as a communications analyst, and she was quickly recognized by the Islamabad station chief, and she relocated to Pakistan. So on this fast track, Laswell was transferred to the U.S. Africa Command at Camp Lemonnier, and at this point, shortly thereafter, the base was ground zero for a shocking attack by a suicide bomber, after which she devoted her career to global security. Now from here, she became a CIA station chief and handler for specific assets, and we'll get to that in a moment, but I first wanted to point out something in Modern Warfare 2 that a lot of you may not have noted. In Modern Warfare 2, we actually find out how Kate Laswell met Captain Price.
How did you and Laswell meet, Captain?
We met at a poker game in Tel Aviv.
Really?
No. It was a museum in Monte Carlo.
Sounds possible at least.
It does, doesn't it?
Fucking hell, come on.
Okay, for real? We met in London at a soccer game.
It's football as well. It's football.
And that is exactly how I got him to talk to me.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Not well. John does not like to be bothered watching soccer.
Football as well.
Works every time.
How'd the op go?
Not well. I dressed a guy in a gorilla suit to distract the target. It worked, but I slipped on the ice and I rolled him up, so Laswell nabbed him, put him away for life.
Target told the gorilla story at trial. No one believed him.
So there's a couple interesting things with that. First of all, we know that Captain Price was working for the SAS, but it seems as though he was actually working a mission alongside the CIA, as that's who Kate Laswell worked for. Speaking of which, where her story really began with us was in Modern Warfare 2, working with her asset, Echo 3-1.
Colonel, we may have a problem.
Too late, Laswell. We're live.
Not until I say so. Watch it at 3-1, how copy?
Station Chief Laswell, send traffic.
General Barkov has sent a new shipment of chlorine gas to his depot. But his mercs are prepping to move the chems into Urzikstan via convoy tonight. You're still clear to engage, but live fire on Russian military is prohibited. We cannot have an international incident.
Now in this cutscene, we can see that Kate Laswell is essentially the one in charge here. Colonel Norris is actually reporting to her as the CIA station chief. Now from here, we find out about Roman Barkov smuggling gas around the world for various different attacks. And from here, another general tells Kate Laswell to get a bigger weapon to stop this, as opposed to just using intelligence. And that is when she reaches out to her friend, none other than Captain Price.
John,
Laswell,
where are you?
occupied.
I've got a problem.
Russians?
Word travels fast. Chemical weapons have fallen into terrorist hands. They could be anywhere. Paris, New York.
London.
When can you brief?
We just did.
So from here, Kate Laswell sends Captain John Price into London to stop a terrorist attack. Where he is not in time, he does find out who is behind it, the Wolf. So from here, Kate Laswell sends her closest asset, which is Echo 31, aka codename Alex, into Urzikstan to work alongside the Urzikstan militia to capture the Wolf. Now at this point, Kate Laswell seems to be the one in charge, but as events transpire throughout Modern Warfare 2019, we find out about Hadir Karim turning on the Urzikstan militia and eventually becoming a war criminal. This is where we find out that Kate Laswell isn't quite as in charge as we previously thought.
The general would tend to disagree.
Norris, I asked you to let me
Tell
handle-
him, Laswell, or I will.
Command has officially redesignated Farah's forces.
You want to translate that from bullshit to English?
It means they're on the list.
What list?
Foreign terror organization list. I've ordered my Marines to treat Farah's army as hostiles.
What? They're our allies.
Yeah, not anymore.
Will you keep your muppets on a short string, Colonel?
Or what?
I'll fucking earn you from it.
Kate, these people need our support.
So this is the first time we get to see that Kate Laswell may not actually be as in charge as we thought. She is reporting to someone who is secretly named the General here. We'll of course find out who that is, and that plays a much larger role in Modern Warfare 2, but at this point, our forces here are not yet considered Task Force 141. So throughout the rest of the game, we end up capturing Hadir and taking out Roman Barkov, and our heroes essentially save the day. But in the post-credit scene from Modern Warfare 2019, we get to hear a little bit more about who Kate Laswell is reporting to and what their next move actually is.
Tea?
Yeah, well, I'm a long way from a proper pint.
Russia disowned Barkov.
Well, they didn't have much choice, did they? He's dead.
You took a big bite out of that problem, John.
For now. But left unchecked.
It won't be. General Shepard pulled the files you asked for. What exactly is this about?
A task force.
We already have loose ends.
Then I will tie them.
I can fund assets, not outlaws.
Enjoy the tea, then.
Sakhayev wants Barkov's throne.
I almost buried him in Pripyat with Macmillan.
That was the father. This is the son, Victor.
Lovely family.
They're big fans of Hadir's.
Well, that would explain why he's still alive.
They're gonna get him out.
They give me what I need.
Who's your crew?
Sergeant Garrick.
Kyle?
They call him Gaz. He never said anything. John McTavish, SAS, sniper, demolitions, goes by SOAP.
Why?
It's classified. There he is. Simon Riley.
There's no picture.
Never. Now the rest. That's neat to know. Unless we got a deal.
What are you calling this task force?
141.
Now at this point, Task Force 141 wasn't officially formed. The story is carried out through Spec Ops, and in it we find out about a force that Kate Laswell has put together of various different operators by the name of Armistice. This force is to be sent into Verdansk to stop Khalid al-Assad and the Zakhayevs from weapons and terrorism within the area. Now, at some point throughout the Warzone story, Armistice falls as some of the operators go corrupt. At this point, that is when Kate Laswell puts her trust in individual operators working under Captain Price, and that is, of course, Task Force 141. And once Task Force 141 becomes victorious within Verdansk, this then continues into the story of Modern Warfare 2.
Come in. Laswell.
General Shepard.
Boy, I know that look. Are we at war?
You would be the first to know, sir.
Damn right I would. Talk to me.
We have a hit on Ghabrani's second in command.
Hassan Zayani, Quds Force Major.
He's taken up the mantle for Iran.
Supplying terrorists.
Money, weapons, intel.
Well, he's ambitious.
He's dangerous, sir. He wants retaliation for the Ghabrani strike. He's planning something.
Well, we can't take him in Iran.
He's not in Iran, sir. He's on the ground in Al-Mazrah.
What the hell is he doing in Al-Mazrah?
There is only one way to find out, sir.
Well, let's get him.
When?
What time is it now?
Who do we send?
And of course, they send Task Force 141. And essentially what we find out throughout the Modern Warfare 2 campaign is that there are ballistic missiles in the hands of terrorists, and our job is to stop the Al-Qatala terrorists and destroy the missiles. Now, where things get weird is when Kate Laswell puts the idea out there of using intelligence to find where these missiles came from, General Shepard is strongly against it. But Kate Laswell doesn't give up, and instead of just rolling over and agreeing with General Shepard, she says, you know what? Fine, if it's going to be like that, I will go out in the field and make sure things are done correct. So this takes us just off the coast of Spain, when Captain Price goes in with Kyle Garrick in a mission very similar to All Gillied Up. As we found out before, we got to find out how Kate Laswell met Captain Price. This was also followed up by us finding out that Kate Laswell has a wife back at home. But by the end of this mission, everything changes, because as Kate Laswell is out in the boat, she gets surrounded.
This is proof of life.
Where did this come from?
Urzikstan.
No. They're pointing east.
Likely to Al-Mazrah.
They get underground there, we'll lose it for good.
We'll lead the rescue team.
That's not gonna happen, John.
Say again, General.
This is a tug of war, boys. We need to pull back, not lean forward.
Since when?
Since now. We can't just send in the cavalry. These things take planning and preparation.
These things take violence and timing. I can do both. Kate's life is in a fucking hourglass.
I know you're upset, Captain. This happened on your mission, and that's a tough pill to swallow.
Are you telling me we leave her?
I'm telling you I can't help you, but I won't stop you.
I'll have her back in 12 hours.
Don't die doing this, John. Laswell wouldn't want that. I don't either.
General, I thought Kate was your friend.
War isn't about friends. It's about enemies.
So essentially from here, we go back into Urzikstan and fight alongside Nikolai, Captain Price, Gaz, and also Farah, and we manage to rescue Kate Laswell. And essentially at this point, the band is back together. Now later down the road, we find out a little bit more about what's been going on behind the scenes with Kate Laswell. Eventually, Shadow Company turns on Task Force 141, and they're very confused. They don't know who is behind it, but as we find out, Kate Laswell didn't know this was going on. But she then finds out what exactly happened with the ballistic missiles. Essentially, General Shepard was transporting these ballistic missiles through Urzikstan when some Russian forces invaded them, taking the ballistic missiles and essentially screwing things up for General Shepard. Everything after that has been a giant covered up taken out by General Shepard and the hired mercs Shadow Company. From here, the rest of the game is pretty straightforward. They end up taking out the Al-Qatala terrorists, they stop Graves, aka Shadow Company, but by the end, we find out that General Shepard is in the wind.
Officials are saying a power surge is to blame for an explosion over downtown Chicago last night. Due to severe winds, thousands of residents in the dark. Electricity is expected to be restored by this evening. In other news,
CIA shit.
Creative writing.
I'll never tell.
AQ. Iran.
Cartels, Russians.
Shepard. Shadow. They got past us.
Well, that head start. It's cutting the heads off snakes. Any sign of Shepard?
Totally off the grid.
Oh, we'll find him.
We've got bigger fish. I've done some digging on the Russians.
Well, that's a dirty job.
Ultra-nationalists ambushed that convoy, John.
Okay, this is over.
No, it's not. They're working with someone new. We don't know his name.
He's not new.
Who is he?
Makarov.
So as the hunt for Makarov begins, we get to see a little bit more from Kate Laswell. As it turns out, her job is not done there, and we see her story once again continue through Spec Ops.
This is Watcher 1. The following message is restricted for limited distribution. This message is for assets assigned to carry out high-threat covert operations under my charge. You will deploy in 2-man teams consisting of personnel from multiple special mission units. To complete these objectives, you have to work together. Any lone wolves among you have to learn to join the pack to achieve success. You will have no backup and no reinforcements. Be advised, if you are compromised, you will be denied and disavowed. Periodically, we'll need to break contact, but I will be your overwatch. Welcome to Jawbreaker. Good luck.
So essentially, Kate Laswell here is overseeing assets going into Project Jawbreaker. Now, we don't know at this point as to how this will tie into Makarov and how the story will move going forward. We will definitely see more information on this at the beginning of Season 1, but specifically in Season 1 Reloaded when we get our first raid. It'll be interesting to see how Kate Laswell ties in to Makarov and the story moving forward. But as for now, that is the full story of Kate Laswell. If you guys enjoyed it, it is always appreciated if you hit that like button. New to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.
We are